Why knowledge matters.
You can't make a mistake if you're mindful, because if you're mindful, you don't know exactly, excuse me, where you're going. So if you make a mistake, that means that you are being mindless. And then you get a chance to say, okay, starting now, not before, now, how might I do this? And, I think that, I just love painting. And what was most interesting to me was that when I was a child, I just assumed that people who were talented, creative, were people who could paint, who could draw, who could play a musical instrument, and I couldn't do any of those things. And so I came to painting when I was 50 years old. And, you don't have to paint, cook. When people are cooking and they're mindlessly following a recipe, they forget that it was just some other person who experimented and decided it would take 1 cup of sugar, for instance, or whatever it is that is being recommended. So that, vary it to meet your own tests, your own taste, and recognize that the failure, it doesn't have any meaning. So if you make a souffle and it doesn't rise, who cares? Right? So I did this thing many years ago. I used to make this cheesecake. It was supposed to be a marble cheesecake. And it was delicious, but no matter what I did, it never came out looking like marble. So I decided to change the name. I have a failed marble cheesecake, or I have a successful speckled cheesecake. That when we understand the names of everything is much more fluid than most of us realize. Everything we're doing that somebody has told us to do was just a decision that they made. And that means that there was uncertainty. If there's no uncertainty, there's no decision. And that we can change things so that it better meets our needs. So, for example, the game of tennis. Nobody in their right mind would think the rules of tennis were handed down from the heavens, right? Okay, so I play tennis, I play doubles, and I throw the ball up and I smash it, my first serve. It doesn't go in. It's okay because I have a follow-up serve, and now I gently hit it and it goes in, but it's not very good. All right, if I designed the game of tennis, I'd have 3 serves. Why 2? And the first one, I'd kill it. It wouldn't go in. Now, the second time, because I'm going to have my third backup shot, I'd kill it again, but now I would have learned from the first one. So I would end up a better tennis player. Now, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't have rules, but what we need to realize is all of the rules, all of the ways of doing things were just decisions. And if they don't meet our needs, change them. And if you can change them, if I were playing competitive tennis, I can't make everybody use 3 serves, but I can know that if I had designed the game, I probably would be a better tennis player. And just think of it. This may be a little off color, but when I'm lecturing, I'll look in the audience and see if there's a very tall man, or it could be a tall woman, but usually men. And I'll find somebody who's 6'5". I don't know why the 6'5"ers are always at my lectures. Okay, so I would invite them up on the stage, and I'm 5'3" on a good day, and we stand next to each other, and we just look silly, right? And then I would raise the question: should we do anything physical the same way? All right, so the more similar you are to the person who created the rules, the easier it's going to be for you to follow those rules. More important, the more different you are, the more important it is for you to make changes. And so even if we take a toilet seat, there is a standard height of the toilet seat. Who decided that? So this man who is 6'5", sitting there, versus me at 5'3", one of us are not getting our needs optimally met. Right? So the world I live in is mutable. The world I live in is one where people recognize that everything can be changed and understood differently. And more of us end up successful in this world.
That's why knowledge matters. Make your life a masterpiece. Visit now programs.d-ykm.com.